Hey guys, it's Mooty here, and today I have a battle against one of my fans, and he ended up designing this shirt for me, and it has a Wifi and a Mooty on it, so I'm wearing it today, and a link to the Redbubble page will be in the description down there, so yeah, and before many comments about things, so he's running a very OU team. If anything, Donphan is gonna be the lead because stealth rocks and rapid spin and stuff like that. So with that said, I'm not leading off with Heatran. I am not leading off with Heatran at all. But what I cannot tough choices. The thing is, if he leads off with something like Conkeldurr, then obviously Greninja cannot take that, cannot handle the Mach Punch, so it is kind of likely. So what I could lead out Landorus and then switch out because at least I'll get an Intimidate off and then kind of go from there. But I'm running out of time, so I'm just leading off with Landorus because honestly, it is the safest option. And I always feel like I end up being strapped for time when I really shouldn't be, but I am a terrible player in that sense, I guess. So don't mind that. Also, by the way, if you want to see more live battles, like all of those videos, 300, and then I'll post another live battle because, like I said, all your sport is like so amazing. And the 12 days of Christmas thing, 12 days of Poke Christmas is still going on. So like I said, Conkeldurr comes out, which honestly I am very happy with. I could just U-turn out, or I could choose to knock off its Assault Vest. But the thing is, there is the chance, or like the very high chance, he's probably carrying Ice Punch, so it's kind of like give and take. So I don't want to get rid of Landorus, obviously, this early on. Even though he is intimidated, I don't want to take like a dead Landorus or a lot of damage, so I'm just U-turning out. Things he might do. The thing, like, they don't always carry Ice Punch, but the thing is, they can, and that alone scares me, and that's why I am switching out. So, what I'm going to go into is Clefable. Clefable, I think, is the best option for me to do. The only thing that I'm kind of worried about is if he knocks me off, then I'll lose out on leftovers. But yeah, this one carries Ice Punch, which is perfectly fine. Obviously, Clefable and Freeze. I feel like every single game I have, it's in some sort of stupid hacks. And keep in mind that this is literally a day after I got hacked to death in like a 30-minute video with para hacks and flinch hacks. So my tolerance for hacks is not very high at all. Let's hope I just defrost because I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter if I heal Bell, because I don't think the mechanics work in that way, but on the off chance, I'm just gonna heal Bell. But like I said, pretty sure the mechanics don't work that way, so it's not like it really matters. Unless they do, then I'm pleasantly surprised, because Fire-type Pokemon apparently can get frozen. Yeah, doesn't even matter. But yeah, Fire-type Pokemon can get frozen. That makes so much sense. And when you Fire Blast, it doesn't unfreeze you. Things like Scald unfreeze you, but Fire Blast doesn't. What logic is there in this game? Because right now what it's telling me is that there is none. Alright, thankfully I thawed out. I at least get a Moonblast off. Waste a turn, but it could be way worse. Stealth Rocks, I'm not too concerned with because I do carry Defog on my Latios. So I could defog it away if it becomes too much of an issue. And the thing with his team is that nothing really wants to take a Moonblast. And if he decides to attack me with Donphan, then because I am physically bulky, I can take that just fine. But like I said, nothing resists Moonblast. Nothing at all resists Moonblast on his team. So that's why I'm just gonna keep Moonblasting. If he goes, like I said, if he goes for Earthquake or whatever, that's fine. It shouldn't do that. Like, I know Donphan does have like a high attack stat, but it really shouldn't do that much because Clefable is bulky, and I love. I've been loving Clefable. Like, I have been loving Clefable. And soon, because I've been using this team for a couple videos, I'm going to write, well, not write, but I'm going to do kind of like an analysis on it and how I've been using it and how, like, the EV spreads have worked out and the partners to, like, this team and, like, its main goal and the offensive and defensive portions of it. Like, I think this is one of the few teams that I actually really, really like, and that doesn't happen often. So, I'm gonna have also other Pokemon, like, moveset and whatever moveset team analysis stuff going on my channel. Kind of want to make competitive guides for the people that don't understand, because I actually had a couple of people ask me, like, what OU is and stuff about Smogon, and I know not everyone follows by OU, which is perfectly fine, but I enjoy playing by it, so that's why I might try and introduce a bit more of the competitive stuff to my channel, especially for those who aren't well aware of it, because not everyone is. I know a lot of people on my channel are, because I actually started off with competitive battling since I created this channel, like, what, 5 years ago? So it's been a long time, and I've been, like, in and out of, like, the competitive scene. But when I have a good team, that's, like, the point at which I finally feel like I get back into the metagame, as opposed to just kind of making a team together that I don't care about. So that's enough of my rambling as I try and fill in space and time. And Alakazam comes out. Now, looking at his team is probably his Mega. And because Clefable is physically defensive, I won't be taking its attacks very, very well at all. And he could go for a Psychic type attack. I could predict that and go into Greninja, but at the same time, we still run the risk of doing very risky plays. Very, very risky plays. I'm gonna go into Heatran. On the off chance he does, I'm predicting the Psychic, but I don't think he's gonna Focus Blast. I feel like Focus Blast is the last thing that he would have, so that's why I'm going into Heatran, because it's kind of way too risky for him to Focus Blast a Clefable. And now we find out that he carries Substitute. Now, Alakazam, I'm not too familiar with your entire moveset. I just know you carry Psychic, Focus Blast, and apparently Substitute, and usually Shadow Ball in the last slot. So, actually, okay, I live that. I actually was not expecting to live that, but this is great because I get to pop his, I was looking at the air balloon, I'm like, I get to pop his air balloon, but I get to get rid of his Substitute, and then I can easily bring in Lopunny, get a Fake Out off on it, outspeed it, and then deal with that. Heatran is gonna have to get sacrificed, but I think Heatran getting sacrificed is one of the best Pokemon, I guess, I could sacrifice against his team, because for Latios, I still have Clefable. For Mandibuzz, I can deal with it with Greninja. Conkeldurr is going to be really annoying because it probably carries Assault Vest, but I do have Latios for that as well, as long as he doesn't knock off or something like that, and I don't switch into a knockoff. Grigus is kind of annoying, but if it decides to kind of willow my team or set up something, then I have Clefable to deal with that as well. So, needless to say, Heatran is dead. But this is where we go into, like, the MVP of this team. This team I made around Mega Lopunny. A lot of people requested it, and Mega Lopunny has been so good. I don't think I've ever had a match in which she didn't, like, impress me, because every single time I use her, I'm just like, I just always get impressed all the time. So I highly recommend for you to use Mega Lopunny. Now he goes into this thing. This thing can willow me, but to try and deal with that, I'm probably going to go into Clefable anyway. And because he turned my ability into Mummy, it kind of makes Scrappy null and void for me. So I'm going to end up going into Clefable here, and I'm just going to Moonblast it. If he decides to burn me, I can always heal up with Wish. I can get rid of it with Heal Bell, and it's not really that big of an issue. Obviously, I can't keep Lopunny in because I can't do much being Mummy. So, and the fact that he also has Rocky Helmet makes it really, really annoying. So, he knocked off my leftovers, which is annoying, but I'm just going to Wish here just to get back some health. And Clefable has been also such a good support Pokemon in terms of the Wish, because granted, there are very little chances in which you actually get a successful Wish off, but when you do, it's like the best feeling in the world, because you immediately give a Pokemon that may not have had a chance to function being at low health like another chance, or preserve a Pokemon that would have been really difficult to preserve otherwise. So if you put yourself in those instances, sometimes there are instances in which you can make it work. Like I said, it's really, really difficult in battle, but the fact that it has 2 uses makes it really, really good. So, thing is, with that damage, I have to protect because I won't be able to live another one. I don't think... I'm just kind of gauging it, so thinking in terms of maybe if it's like min-max damage, I don't want to let my Wish go to waste, so needless to say, I'm going to protect, because it is on that border of killing me, which obviously can't have that. God, no, we cannot have that. So, thinking about it. Right now we know that he's got what? Shadow Ball. He has... I can't believe I already forgot. But it doesn't really matter if he decides to attack me or not. I have to protect, just get health back, because I need Clefable. Like, I need Clefable so bad. There's a Latios around, there's a Conkeldurr around, like, I need Clefable. Clefable, like, the fairy types are so good right now. There's so many dragon types running around, and the fact that I carry a Clefable with Unaware for anything that sets up, it deals with it so well, and that's where I get a special defense drop, which matters a lot. So, when do I actually get hacks in my favor in my Wi-Fi battles? Because it does not usually happen. Or maybe I've just been hacked so much against me to where I don't exactly notice when I do, because the amount of times I get hacks versus the amount of times I actually get hacks in my favor are not the same at all. So, I could predict him to go for another Shadow Ball and go into Lopunny, but that's risky. Honestly, it doesn't matter. He's not going to Willow me. I'm going to Landorus. Otherwise, if that special defense drop didn't happen, I would have stayed and Wished, because I would have been perfectly safe doing that, being able to live another 2 Shadow Balls at that amount. So, the Intimidate, useless. He's going to Shadow Ball me. It might do a decent amount. And what is with all the special defense drops? Either way, I'm going for a knockoff. I'm going to either knock off whatever this thing has, and even actually at that range it might kill, but special, because the reason that special defense drop is really annoying is because with Stealth Rock up, I actually think after, if for some reason he lives, which I don't run damage calcs, I kind of just, you know, I kind of just like gauge things and just do it all on the spot, but because like that's usually how most people play. Not everyone goes and sits and runs damage calcs, so that's why I just sit here and just play. And the fact that, like, the thing is also, damage calcs obviously provide like assurance to stuff, but it takes, I guess, some of the surprise factor out of things. So yeah, obviously now because of that special defense drop, pretty sure I die here. Yep. So that is where Hacks does not play in my favor. Either way, I'm going to go into Greninja now. Just put pressure on his team. Because I don't want to go into Lopunny and get mummied for no reason. Although it doesn't, I guess technically it doesn't really matter. But I feel like Greninja puts more pressure on his team right now than anything. So It doesn't matter what I do, but I'm just gonna Ice Beam right here. Because he's probably sacking this thing off at this point. So, that's alright. Maybe I just, maybe I need to use more hacksy attacks. And then things will actually play out in my favor. Can we, like, put Thunder Wave? Or we can play Anything Goes and run 6 Swagger Klefki and see how that works out. That would be a horrendous drinking game to play based on hacks. Never in my life am I going to subject myself to that. Because I'm pretty sure people do that just because there are no clauses and Anything Goes. I'm pretty sure that's actually a thing, as sad as it is. I have not touched the Anything Goes ladder on Showdown, but I would not be surprised if that was the case. Yeah, sometimes I almost want to do an Anything Goes battle on Wi-Fi for fun, but so currently I'm an Ice type and I'm weak to fighting because Ice, honestly, one of the worst typings ever. I could go into Clefable because it's tech. I'm at half health. So I really am wary about going into Clefable. Especially rocks are up 2. And he's gonna Drain Punch me. It's going to bring me down to 40. Thing is, I might be able to outspeed him and at least get some Moonblast damage off on him. Because at this point, that's all Clefable can do. There's no point in me wishing to try and gain back health. Although, if the previous scenario didn't leave us with a special defense drop, I would have definitely wished up back there. So that's another thing with hacks in this game. Things like that happen, and it's annoying when they play against you, but if your team, I'm not saying that like every team can overcome it, but if your team is good and you're a good player, then you're gonna learn to adapt and try and kind of get around that situation. Yeah, it sometimes puts you in a really, really bad corner, like a worse position than you'd be in otherwise, but that's kind of part of playing around it. So, I Moonblast here. I'm honestly not sure how much it will do to an Alakazam. It's probably not going to take it out even, but Clefable is pretty much dead to me. He's probably going to kill me off with a Psy Shock or something here. Although he could have, honestly, I think he might have been able to kill off my Clefable with a Mach Punch. At the range I'm at, after what Drain Punch did, 40 HP isn't that much. So he actually might have been able to do that. But the thing is, I can sack off Clefable, and then I can bring in Lopunny pretty safely. And barring any Scarfers, like if Latios is Scarfed, it's alright. Well, I mean, it's not alright, but barring any Scarfers, I should outspeed the rest of his team because Lopunny has monstrous speed. It's like they took a Pokemon that's just like, he really didn't have to go for Focus Blast because if he missed, that would have been bad unless he was predicting me to switch out. But I don't know what he'd predict me to switch out into. Either way, I had to sack off Clefable, Clefable, whatever. And bring in Lopunny here, get a fake. The fake out, the thing is, the fake out is unnecessary. I don't have to. I honestly might be better off just going for the Ice Punch straight off the back and just just avoiding the fake out because either one is going to kill. He's got weakness in to Ice in Latios, Mandibuzz, and that's it. And then he's got this thing and a Conkeldurr. But I'm gonna go for Ice Punch. Overall, I guess is the safest option, but I mean, I guess if he, just on the off chance that he wants to conserve this thing for some reason, just because it's fast, going for an Ice Punch isn't bad. I'm hoping, alright, I'm hoping not to see Conkeldurr, but that's why I'm also kind of glad that I just went for the more powerful attack there. But now with Clefairy gone, this thing is a huge problem where Latios is really my only... I just really quickly switched into Latios, not even like thinking. But it might have been awful. It might have been really, really awful if he goes for something like knockoff. Then we're in a lot of trouble. So I probably should have thought that through, and that might cost me if it does actually play out poorly. But he actually goes for Mach Punch, so all right. That could have been a really terrible situation. Really, really bad. I'm just going for Side Shock because otherwise this team can take out the other 2 Mons that I have. I mean, this one Pokemon can take out the other 2 Mons I have unless I go for a Side Shock, because it's just way too much of a threat to my team for me to predict something else to come in, even though it's like, I know you're probably going to bring in something else. And then it just becomes a really big annoyance. Nuisance, not annoyance. So, Mandibuzz comes in. Besides, like, Toxic Stall, what do you do? Thing is, I know it can foul play me, but I have to bring in Greninja because Greninja is the only thing that can deal with this thing. This Mandibuzz is really annoying in the fact that it's freaking defensive as hell, so you kind of gotta attack it from the special side to actually get it out of the way. And my bulky Pokemon are gone. My Clefable is gone. My, what else did I have? What, Heatran? Heatran, I guess, is kind of bulky. He's gone. So I am relying on very frail offensive threats. And honestly, seeing Toxic is not bad. Not bad. Like, it's residual damage, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. The only thing is that Greninja, I believe, is the only thing that can take care of this thing right now. I could lock myself into an Ice Beam, which I did. Although I have a feeling Conkeldurr, Saltfish Conkeldurr, is coming out. And that's just gonna be a really, 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 really huge problem. Sticky about it. So, I'm in a position which I don't want to be in right now. Like I said, all I have is offensive Pokemon right now, and when trying to deal with Pokemon that are just bulky, like Conkeldurr, it just becomes a really, 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 really big pain in the butt. So, that actually does not do enough at all. I was actually hoping that would do more. And we're gonna Roost Stall. The thing is, I don't want to sound like a prick to people, but I've been playing against a lot of people lately who want to stall, and it's a perfectly acceptable strategy. But honestly, for the sake of kind of like time in terms of video, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It's an acceptable strategy, but I hate it because it drags on a battle that really should not be dragged on. And wow, speaking of hacks, that's the first time I actually got something in my favor. Wow, I actually wasn't expecting that to happen. Alright, I guess I'll take it. I only have one more attack left in me. No reason for me not to Ice Beam. But, alright, wow. I guess okay. Like, my earlier rant on me not getting hacks in my favor can now be retracted. So, we get rid of Mandibuzz. Except the problem is that, well, actually, no. No, that's not too bad. Now, actually, I left with one, but it doesn't matter because I died of Toxic. Now it's what I bring in. He's got Alakazam that can die to like any priority attack or a Lopunny, whatever. He's got Conkeldurr. Now, and then he's got another Latios. And the problem is if Conkeldurr comes in, then like obviously Mach Punch is an issue because I don't think Lopunny can take it. But if the other two come in, either Alakazam or Latios, then Lopunny is the better option because I believe my Latios is HP Fire, so I would get outsped if Latios came in or if Alakazam came in. I'm definitely outsped. So I'm gonna go with Lopunny, and I'm so happy to see Latios. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see Latios. Until I find out it's Scarfed, then I'm gonna hate my life, and then at that point, if it's Scarfed, I can't do anything. I can't do anything at all. So with Lopunny, I'm just gonna fake out, get as much damage as I can on this thing. If he switches out, obviously he's not Scarfed, but stays in. And now this is where I question whether he's Scarfed or not. But either way, if he was, and he went for Draco, I'm dead. But if he went for Psyshock or Psychic, my Latios can deal with that. But the fact that he stays in is just unnerving. But honestly, we're going for the... I outspeed. Oh, that is such a huge relief to outspeed. Oh, my goodness. That is such a huge relief to outspeed. Oh, my gosh. So, this battle's coming down really close. Now, Conkeldurr is coming in. I know it is because it has the priority Mach Punch, and Lopunny can't deal with Conkeldurr. But the problem is, if he predicts me to switch out and knocks off, then, because he knows my only other thing is Latios, and he knows I can outspeed and kill him. So I'm just going for the high jump kick. I'm hoping that he goes for knockoff, because it's really difficult. It's honestly it's just, I guess, real prediction game here. So, oh my gosh, I predicted right. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh, I am so happy that happened. I predicted right. I knew. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. I knew I had to. That got me so pumped. That got me so pumped. And now I think Mega Lopunny. I'm probably gonna get way too excited. There's gonna be like, I don't know. There's gonna be some way I'm gonna get outsped here, and then all my happiness will be gone. But I'm just happy that in that particular scenario, I analyzed the situation perfectly, and I came up with the better attack. So that was awesome. And then I returned, and that's good game. That was a really, really good game. Like, there were some hacks, there's some stalling moments, but that was a really, really good game overall. So if you guys enjoyed that game, you can always leave a like. It was really close. I know you guys love the really close games. And all the links, all the important links are in the description. Feel free to check out the guy's website, because he does many Pokemon crossover designs, so I highly recommend that. As always, I love you guys very, 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 very much, and have a wonderful day, and bye.